Okay, people. So the winners for the day, we have Lyft. As you can see, the past several days, Lyft has been maintaining around this 12.25 area, whatever. Um, and then all of a sudden, I guess it had earnings. It beat its earnings, made some dinero, uh, by over 100%. Um, and because of that, it jumped up to basically $19 and then jumped down to 12. Still $2 higher. But if you were in Lyft, uh, at the end of the day, going long, you got a nice bounce. Um, so, there'll probably be some movement, I'm assuming tomorrow. Overall, Lyft had started, uh, it had kind of just stayed in this area here for a while. It had been going up, so it had been doing good. So people were somewhat happy with it. Um, there was a large gap here, so I would say it basically filled it and came back down, um, hitting these tops here again. Um, and then it has started to come back down again. I would assume this is going to bring it back up, and we'll see if it can hit this peak and go from there. It has a long ways to go. And so you're basically looking at uh, $20. If it gets out of that $20 range, then yeah, maybe, there's something there. Um, and it can continue to go up, but um, we have to see what happens first. But it did get up to the 20 range. It seems like there's some resistance there. So that looks like a place um too short, and and then we'll go from there. Um Hood, there's a lot of stuff been going on with Hood.
They
Um
had earnings.
no wonder it's up the yin yang. It seems like it was supposed to lose money and it made money, 400% beat on earnings. So that's always good. Um if we look here, uh this has come down a lot since IPO. Um, but it's hit this, $13 area. It seems like it's hitting it again. It looks like that's where it's hitting resistance. Um, and then it's just a question of if it can break out of that area. And if it can, then it looks like the next level would be around 20. Um, and then if it breaks out of 20, it's gonna go all the way up to 40. So let's see if it can get out of 13 and get to 20. Then that is saying something. It's not. It's if not, then it's just its usual um its usual cycle. Um so let's see, can I hit this again? So yeah, we'll see if it can get out of this cycle. I honestly think it's gotten a bad rap, but um I'm not gonna make that argument anymore. Uber, um, so
Sympathy play.
this will come up with Lyft. Obviously, it already had its earnings. It did well, so this will hopefully continue, have Uber going up. Like you said, it's a sympathy play. So if Lyft moves, Uber will also move. GE, now we're getting into things that are under 2%. Um, we don't trade this. GE's been strong though. It recently had earnings, which it beat. Um, in this stage that we're in, it doesn't surprise me that this is doing the damn thing. Um, it's not all time highs, but it wouldn't surprise me if this kept going. So it's just something to look at because um, all-time high for back here prior to 2019. It wouldn't surprise me if this easily got up there. Um, uh, you know, the only way yeah, as long as we have these wars, uh, it won't surprise me. Disney, we'll look at this Kaka. Obviously, after we got out of it, it jumps up past the 100 level to this 110 level. Now it's just it's it's just a question of, okay, is it gonna come down um, or keep going? Uh, and your guess is as good as mine. For as long as it stay in the 80 range, under 100 range, one could say it should be going up. And if you were one of those people that held on to us uh, that long for it to get out of this over 100, you might as well hold on to it now. It's no reason to let it go. If you were holding sub 100, it's no reason to let it go. And for the people who liked it but just couldn't hold on to it for that long, then let's see if it starts moving above this kind of like this height right here. If it gets past the 120 level and maintains, then I'd probably buy the dip, you know. I want to see how long it stays above 100. If that's a real, hey, I'm above 100, or I'm just faking and I'll be there in another 6 months. But Disney had a 1%, uh, was 1% up today. AMD, we'll just look at this because it's a chip stock. Um, this seems to be mellowing out now, but some things, aka Nvidia, other chip stocks don't seem to be doing that. So I don't know. This could continue. Um, it looks like it just made its earnings. It didn't beat, so maybe that will have some negative tones to it that it will mellow out. It had gotten to, this is all-time highs, new all-time highs from this like 150, 160 area. It went up $20 at least. So because it didn't beat earnings like crazy, I would assume it may come down. Um, but you just have to be careful with it. Uh, Walmart, uh, nothing to write home about. Mickey D's, it may be coming down. I was hearing some news about Mickey. Even though it beats earnings, I heard something negativo about it. But this is the second mountain, I think, so it could come down. Um, I don't know why. It had good earnings. The main thing I would say would be we're in the new year and people may cool it off of Mickey for a little bit until we get into summer. Uh, Dick's, let's see, that was down today. Dick's had been doing very well. Like just it had been doing the damn thing. It had reached all-time highs again, even after a prior um terrible, terrible earnings report. And it seemed like people just totally forgot about that. Like even here, I thought this would come down a lot more and possibly to today's level, and it didn't. Um, so it seems to just be doing the damn thing coming up. So yeah, but we've been staying away from it just because um, not the most recent earnings, but the one prior to that scared us a little bit. Um, I'm in Sana. Apple has been very weak. Um, it's been one of those things that you're just watching it. Yes, you want to buy the dip. It's just what dip you're gonna buy. We've gotten down to this 180 range right here in this area. Um, it looks like the 50-day started to turn. I think a lot of people will probably want to pick it up around this 170 area, 170 to 173, whatever you want to call it. Because then if it goes past that, it's going down to 150. Um, so it's just a question of how far can you go. Um, Earnings are still good. It's still mean earnings is not going to be an issue. It's just, is there a time when people are tired? People want to take their money. We didn't really hit 200 like we were supposed to for Apple to be very strong. It was supposed to hit 100, 200 and kind of just go up through it. A lot of the tech stocks, a lot of them did that, FANG stocks, whatever you want to call it. And Apple was the one that didn't. It barely touched 200 or didn't really touch 200. So it's just kind of like, uh, I don't even think it did really, but so it's just been very weak. Um, and so one could say this is going to make its way down um, sooner rather than later. And if this goes down, uh, and I don't know, uh, Microsoft isn't so strong. I don't know what's stopping the market. So Google, um, it hit all-time highs. It looks like, um, just barely. And then it's the question: are we going to continue, or are we going back down? Um, it could be either or. Um, Google to me, since earnings had been relatively weak, I think it came out on the same day as what you call it, Insana, and it did fine. Nothing negativo to write about, but it's you just don't know whether it's like, hey, let's take some money now, or let's just keep going. It hasn't struck me as a, hey, let's be like I don't know, NVDA or AMD and just go cray cray. It didn't strike me like that. So maybe I'm wrong. Meta. Same thing. I think Google is gonna be same thing with Meta. It's been more subdued. This did hit all times high and was
That's Microsoft.
yes. And same stuff I was saying, same thing as Google. This did hit all time high and was really strong, but once it hit earnings, it just kind of like earnings was good, just like with Google, and um it just didn't pump up. Um, it just kind of mellowed out like you know uh, Apple and Google did. So it's here. It obviously can keep going, but to me, since earnings, it's just kind of like So I don't know, but this is another one. Maybe people are ready to take their money and run. You know, of course, it's hard to say because we obviously we've had a lot of days where people we've had a lot of freaking strong days. Even a day like this that's supposed to be a negative day has been strong. Uh, Meta, same thing. It basically jumped up to nearly $500 and it's slowly moving, maybe down, maybe just staying around. So, if I had stayed in here, I would have been screwed. So it's just one of those things that you think like, okay, this is bouncing up. Yes, it's slowly coming down, but it's not. It is. it has jumped up so much and scared people that you just don't know um, what's going on or what will happen. XOM, we wanted to get this at 115 and shorted. It seems like it jumped up to 105. So now we have to see, is this going to continue to go up or we're going to have another jump up? Um, it you would think it would be headed down, but it was upgraded all in general to this 115 level. And personally, I think it is heading down. Uh, but you know, you just don't know, and you don't want to get caught in it. Um, I wish, when it was up at 120 areas, 115, 120, I had got in it. Then I would have stayed if I had gotten it. You know, um, you know, maybe I would have taken some money because 90 under 100 is a pretty good number. But it's just one of those things that, yes, maybe you get it at 105 and just try to average in. Um, but I do think it's coming down. Campbell's, if you're still interested in Campbell's and holding it to the 55, 56 area, this is the time to get it. It's come down. It's in the 41 range. Yes, you have to hold on to it. Don't be thinking like, oh, I'm going to wait till it gets to 40. Or let's say you want to wait till it gets to 40, then you just get half and half. If you were going to get 100 shares, get 50 shares now. And if it comes down, then get the other 50 shares. If it doesn't come down, at least you have something. Um, so, and then that will average you into what, around under $41, uh, $40 and I don't know, 80 cents or something like that. Um, 85 cents. That's not a bad price. Um, so unless you think soup is gonna dramatically falter, which I don't see that because people will buy soup in a good market or cheap market, and especially in the winter. So, um, let's see. So Campbell's, UPS, we don't care. Intel, it's doing the damn thing. It had a dip, but let's not worry too much about that. Amazon, um, it's never hit this level, this 180 level that we have here. Um, so it's another one that's been a little bit weaker um, after earnings. Um, so earnings were very good. It has come up, but let's see if it hits the 180. Um, if you've been in it for a while, I can see why you would want to wait till it's 180. So that was Amazon. Nike is still above 100. Looks like it could be turning down, just so you know, in case you want to get out. It is a little bit weaker. Oh, we were waiting for this. Dollar Tree. Uh, when's the earnings on? We were waiting. Earnings may be soon here because it seems like it's starting to split. Uh, let's see. What's this, February 28th, 15 days. So shoot, it may be starting to slip. Um, so, um, but yeah, we'll pay closer attention as we get closer to the day of earnings. Um, uh, Americano, Sorry, I was lost for a second. This is starting to come up. If you want to get into it now, you can, but I tend to like to wait. Um, Especially with American. I want it very strong. Other things around it, Boeing, all those things are weak, so I would just wait. Unless if it was really cheap, maybe I jump on it, but I don't really care right now. Home Depot, we don't care. It's too expensive for me to trade. I don't like trading it now. For Tesla, I thought Tesla was going to have a decent day and come up a little bit. It continued to go down. This is very concerning. If Tesla just flops down to this 160 and doesn't even try to come back, it's very, very concerning. So yeah, it's. I thought maybe because things were going down, Tesla would come back up. It dropped like cray cray, and then it started going up. So I was like, okay, it's gonna go against the grain and fight. And then it basically just came back down. So it says a lot about Tesla. It's very weak, and I would just stay away. Um, Tarjay, um, it had a down day as usual, but it's been doing good. You see, it's just constantly creeping up. Even this area, it didn't stay in. Like we said, once it got past here, there was really nothing holding it back. This area here where it levels out, once it gets past here, um, it filled this gap, got past this area. There's nothing holding it back, and it will hit this 160. If you want to get in now, you're welcome to get in, but it will hit the 160 and then probably come down afterwards. I think I might like the 160 short. Uh, yeah, yeah, I think I might like the 160 short. I don't think it's going to keep going crazy after this, between this 160 and maybe it gets uppity and goes to 180, but I think I may like the short here, for the time being. Ah, so we talked about Tesla, uh, Target, BA. Yeah, it's just see how far this can go. This is going lower. Let's see if we can get to 180. All right. Banco, stop it, Canelo. Banco, hey, it got to 34, and let's see, 34. So yeah, it went up here, filled here. Um, you know, so yeah, why not go down? This is a decent level. It could have spiked here and then gone down, but it doesn't matter. This is good. It can go down off of that. Macy's, uh, touching $20. Um, I let's see, what is it? Huh, yeah, I was thinking this was gonna go down from this 20 here. I didn't see it hitting 25. Um, it went down somewhat, but it's been maintaining itself. So, I don't know. It would have to break out of 25. I just don't see it breaking up to the 25 yet. Um, but we'll see. When it was here, yeah, we'll see. I just don't see that happening. I really see it coming down. Dollar General coin, we don't care. Airbnb, we don't trade that. Peloton, you were mentioning $5. It seems like this. It's on a wing and a prayer. I don't think it's gonna get there at least. Uh, if it could get to 6, okay, fine. But I don't think it's gonna get there. I think you gotta short it where you can. Any opportunity you get to short it, obviously the closer you get to 6 and up to 7, but if we hit 7, I don't think we're coming there anymore. We're right here and it's already broken through. So this is new lows. And then it popped back off again. So if it goes up, just short the pop. That's all I can say. EBC, terrible dia for EBC today. Terrible dia. So you kind of have to just say, hey, we're gonna wait till we get to some levels and go back to this down to 10 level. I just think you gotta wait. Okay, open. Yeah, it took a nice nosedive today. I didn't get out because I wanted to, how can I say? Get rid of my PLTR, so I knew I was gonna be negative today. So I didn't want to take I'll hopefully take it tomorrow and have a positive day. Take it open tomorrow.
Can we look at Caro for a second? CAR. This is sad news.
Roku. I know someone had a good day today with Roku. Got down to 87, so I hope you make near on it. So Elisa is gonna keep going.
Oh my God. I can't believe we missed this.
I'm surprised you wasn't.
That's why I'm sad.
I'm surprised you didn't have like
I
5
said, did
10.
you listen to me? This is why I'm so sad. I had it at 171.
And
Oh my.
when did you get rid of it?
When it did a little pop up and I'm like, oh, it's gonna do a little bit more. I'll get it. And I forgot. And this is what happens when I don't just stick to my guns. I'm so sad.
$30 day. It got to 28, 128. 30 plus $32 deal. 30
Dang, this is
dollar deal.
oh my God.
Yeah, I don't want to think about it. We knew this was coming, just like we got Campbell's. We could have got this.
Oh my gosh. But and we knew that it was the earnings, and I'm like, oh, Carl's earnings is coming. For some reason, we both forgot. Dang.
It had earnings, but people just decided to let it go down. I don't know. Here's the thing.
Well, that's what Diamante said.
Yeah.
This is what it would happen. And it's gonna continue, but it's not gonna have this $30 drop again, that's for sure.
Well, let's see if the gap fills, Lisa. It could do like Dollar Tree. Let's see if the gap fills.
Oh my
Put this
God.
on the notes that this is one of the things we're going to go over every day.
Every single day. Okay, because it's gonna get down to gutter bill, okay?
It's gonna be under 100. Gonna go back to where it's at traditionally, which
Oh
is
my
here.
gosh. I
So
can't believe we missed this.
yeah, so it will come back. We just have less with earnings. There may be some stupid people who are gonna jump on it because earnings seem good on the surface. So let's see if it bounces up. and then we'll
Oh
just get,
my
we'll just have to
gosh.
just get one share at a time.
I'm so
Okay.
sad.
Yeah, it's disappointing, but we did know it was coming. So, car, this is one of the things that's on the review every day, no matter what. We got to look at it,
Yes, ma'am.
and we have to look at it not only in our reviews, but in the morning too, just to say, hey, okay, do we want to pay attention to this? So, morning and evening, we got to look at it. All right. There
Jesus
should
Christ.
be probably like 10 stocks that we just go through the motions on. Carl is at the
Jesus
top of the
Christ.
list right now. Yeah, $32.
Per
And we,
share, Leanna.
yeah,
Per share.
should have this should have been on standby, just like we have crazy uh uh Campbell's. We should have had at least 1, 2, 5 shares of this. Just standby.
10 shares. That's all we
Yep,
needed.
that's all. Dad.
My God.
Yeah, Jesus, man. Ah,
22%. Okay.
yeah. No commentary. So now let me do this. Let me see.
My goodness.
What am I gonna? I'm gonna take off Dollar General and put car on my first page. All right. So I make sure that it's on your first page too. This is on our list to review every
It
day.
is on my first page. This is one of my favorite stocks.
Um, yeah, but it was a favorite enough to look at it every day.
Oh my gosh, Leanna.
I know, I know.
We
It's
knew
sad.
this issue's coming. Oh my
We
goodness.
knew it. We had the information, and we just ignored it for several weeks. We've been a long time.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Neither one of us have been talking about this on our talks. So it's sad. Yes, it's sad. We got caca like Airbnb on here. Okay, let me take this caca on. Moderna and stuff. Goldman Sachs. You know. Okay. So it is what it is. Um. So I got 6 minutes, a little over 6 minutes, but I'm gonna end early. And you could call me after if you want. I know you're in mourning right now, and as well as we both should be, but this was something that we were very aware of, and we just ignored it for several weeks. There's been a while we haven't talked about car. So, and we knew this was happening. So, hey, like they say, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Um, that's it for the dia. I think we yes, I know. It's we're kind of in mourning right now, and it's just we just need to shut it down. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow, and people, and you can bet your bottom dollar we'll be discussing the car.
I hope some people out there were listening to us and made
Yeah,
some
I hope
dinero.
people took advantage. Yeah. But we get on a flurry about this, and
Congratulations to anybody that did.
we get on
That's
a
it.
flurry, and then we forget to follow through. You know, we could have got 5, 10 shares and just held on to it. But that's what happens, when you don't stick to your things, you know, stick to your guns when you have these opportunities. All right, we'll talk soon. You'll be okay. This too shall pass.